I did a painting of a woman and I called it The Dying Girl, and she had like a dog like laying next to her who was also dying, like her companion. And someone got so offended that I painted a dying dog. They acted like I had killed the dog. What I was trying to do was show this moment of like comforting each other in their final moment. You know, I wasn't like pro killing dogs. I feel okay about painting the dying dog because I know that I had my good reasons for painting the dying dog and I don't want dogs to die. They were so angry about it. They like commented on like, how could you do blah, blah. I was like, you realize that's a fake dog, right? Like I didn't actually kill a dog for reference. Like that would not be the spiciest comment I've received. No. So. My name is Kristen Liu-Wong and I'm a painter and illustrator based in Los Angeles. I kind of just plan out my drawings before I paint. Sometimes it's an image that I'm really inspired by. Sometimes it's something that I think could look cool, and I keep a running list on my phone of like art ideas. Do the final pencil drawing on tracing paper, and then I prep my panel, I like gesso it, I put a base color, and then I transfer the final drawing, and then I just start painting, working back to front. I like doing pieces that maybe right off the bat apparent that what's happening and you have to take a stop and look a little closer, and creates an uncomfortable like juxtaposition between like what you're seeing and what the actual content matter is, and it creates this kind of like surreal sense within the viewer because everything is so bright and beautiful and colorful and playful. I like playing with that, like having those two sides like opposing each other. I need to work in a space that feels comfortable and safe to work in and inspiring. I like to have a lot of like art around, like I like to have like books just on hand to look through if I need to, because there will be some days where you're like, I don't know what to do. It's nice to just be able to like sit here and like just go through my stacks of books, see how other people like solve problems and see how they think and get inspired by how they work. I love watching movies, so I get inspired a lot by like films that I've seen or books that I've read. My piece that I'm currently working on right now, it's inspired by initially this one scene from this novel that's called Seminal. It's by Emile Zola, and it's about this corrupt company storekeeper who exploits all the women in the town for sex. They're minors, they're very poor, struggling minors, so they don't have any money, so they need to buy things from the company store, and if they don't have money, he'll like exchange it for sex with the women. Tensions are boiling in this book. He's running away from the angry crowd, and he runs up onto a roof and breaks his neck, and the crowd of women descend upon him and they like cut the dick off of his corpse and parade it through town on a stick. And that scene just always really stuck with me, and that really got me like thinking about just like brutal things leading to more brutality and just like violent responses, and even like that feeling that own response within myself, reflecting on that and being like uncomfortable with it. When people do terrible things, they should expect terrible responses sometimes. So that's what my current piece that I'm like trying to develop is about. It's like, it's basically a dick on a stick parade. And films are such a useful resource too as a painter, because you get to see things that you wouldn't necessarily see in real life. It's more cinematic, like everything's already set up in the good shots, the lighting's good, like the settings are incredible. So it's like, it just feels like an amazing resource to be inspirational. And I like my favorite director currently is Park Chan-wook. I love The Handmaiden. It's like my favorite movie. That movie has inspired a lot of paintings of mine. I love Italian giallo films. Like, I love the colors, like, and there's a lot of violence towards women and life. I do keep that in mind, but like, I love Italian giallo films. I love horror films. I love art in all its forms. If you're open to what can inspire you, that can only expand your work. Growing up in San Francisco definitely influenced me, just because of all the different cultures and people and like situations I was exposed to, like sites, and also like seeing great street art like Barry McGee stuff casually like on the buildings around me, like definitely had a huge influence. and LA art community is really open and supportive. I love LA just because it's so beautiful. Even just walking in the streets, I think seeing everyone's like beautiful like plants and landscaping is really inspirational for me. And I'm really inspired by the blocks that everyone has, like those pattern blocks. Sometimes I'll just walk around and like steal their like repeat patterns. It's been a great place to like live and make art for the past 10 years. I'm not painting porn. I have no problem with porn, but I don't consider my work pornography. I consider it eroticism because it comes from a place of me wanting to explore human sexuality on a deeper level than just getting off. There is a fine line between like sex and violence. Exploring that, and sex is a violent act. It can be sometimes. It can be tender, but it can also be violent, like just those multiple aspects. And always try to be mindful of like, why am I depicting what I am, and like, is there a purpose for it? And I think that helps me. Like, I do think it's important to show violence because violence is a fact of life. I'm not a violent person. Like, I'm not saying go out there and kill people, but I do think if you ignore violence and the fact that it's part of human nature, that's also not going to ever help anything. So I just try to stay mindful of that and doing things for my own reasons. And if people don't see those reasons, because some people are very offended. Like, I once did a painting that was inspired by a sculpture called The Dying Gaul. And I did a painting of a woman and I called it The Dying Girl. And she had like a dog like laying next to her who was also dying, like her companion. And someone got so offended that I painted a dying dog. They acted like I had killed the dog, you know? But like, what I was trying to do was show this moment of like comfort between these two dying beings. They're there like comforting each other in their final moment. You know, I wasn't like pro killing dogs. Yeah. But some people don't get that, and that's okay that some people don't get it. I don't make work so everyone will like it. I make work for me, and I hope that some people like it. I feel okay about painting the dying dog because I know that I had my good reasons for painting the dying dog, and I don't want dogs to die. They were so angry about it. They like commented on it. Like, how could you do blah, blah. I was like, oh my God. I was like, you realize that's a fake dog, right? I didn't actually kill a dog for reference. Like, calm yourself. I just want people to like be able to form their own opinions. If they draw the conclusion that I wanted them to draw, that's fine. But if they draw their own conclusion, that's fine too. That's the great part of art, that it is left open to individual interpretation. I want to explore what it is to be a woman. I do feel that like historically throughout history and even society, like women are kind of like boxed into these like things that they can be or can't be. My work just really wants to explore all that it is to be human. That's my perspective, and I just really want to depict women in a really complex way.